my finances are in the drain right now.
How much do you have in cash?
About $3.
Well, it's not zero or negative, right?
My insurance is like crazy high.
Yeah, in about a year or so, you're gonna be in a totally different situation. Once you get out of debt, it's just gonna be a lot better. She's 28 years old, working full-time, and still can't get ahead financially. No savings, quite a bit of debt, and not a whole lot left over each month. So let's do a full audit of her finances to figure out what went wrong, but more importantly, how to fix it. And if you've ever felt stuck or stressed about money, this might be the most important video you watch this year. And if you're just watching because you're nosy, that's also okay.
Hello?
Hi, what made you decide to come on here? I know you were a little hesitant earlier.
Yeah, well, my finances are basically in the drain right now due to a series of events. And I've been trying to rebuild and just get somewhere stable. So I was hoping I could get some help, basically.
Absolutely. Well, you're here, so let's make some change. So, what is your age?
I am 28.
And what are you bringing in each month after tax?
Let's just say $3,000 a month.
Do you have any debt?
Oh, yes. I have a private student loan for $2,000, and then I have federal for $20,000.
What's the interest rate on the federal?
Let's just say 5%.
And how about the private?
I don't know, to be honest.
We'll put like maybe 7% there for now. Anything else besides the student loans?
I have my car, and this one was kind of an unexpected charge because I had a Jetta that was fully paid off, but then it just kind of killed itself. I pay about $207 a month for my Toyota Camry that I have right now.
What's left on the auto loan?
About $3,000.
Not too bad. Let's tally this up. About 31K, it looks like.
Yeah.
And what does it cost you to live each month?
Give or take about $2,200. Some bills vary depending on the summer and stuff like that, so it could be higher or lower.
How much do you have in cash and savings?
As of right now, after paying everything, it's about $3. So
Well, it's not zero or negative, right? Any assets, stocks, crypto, real estate?
no, my rule of thumb is if I don't have it, I definitely can't. Like if I have debt and all this other mess, I'm not touching the stock market.
All right, so you're 28. You make about $3,000 per month after tax. You have $31,000 in debt. That is an auto loan of $3,000, credit card $6,000, and $22,000 in student loans. We have $3 in savings and 0 assets. Now the best part. Let's dig into this.
Okay.
So the very first thing is going to be the credit card. What's your plan there? Is that your number one focus?
Yes, right now the check that's coming up, I'm gonna put about 50% into paying off credit cards.
And it looks like your net income after expenses is about, what is that, 800? Let's bring this down to like 700. So credit card balance is 6,000, 8.5 months, and this will be paid off.
That's doable.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Now, there is an optional step you can take here. You could do a balance transfer to another credit card that's going to have a 0% interest rate for like 12 months. So with this strategy, you'll pay about $680 in interest. Now let me show you what happens if you were to pay, I don't know, half of that. It'll take you 22 months to pay it off, and you'll pay $1,500 in interest.
Oof.
Yeah, so that's on top of the money you're paying back. That's the fee that the credit card company's in a pocket, which is why we want to expedite paying that off as soon as possible. Now, if you transfer this to a balance transfer credit card, it's just a credit card. The whole purpose is that you're not going to pay interest for like 12 to 18 months. There are various different ones, and then you can avoid paying $80. The only caveat is there is a fee to transfer that. It's usually about 3%. 3% is $6,000. You'll pay $180. You kind of see the math we're trying to like run here?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So can we save some money and pay it off? If so, could be an option. Now, if what some people do is they get the no balance 0% transfer credit cards and they just delay paying off the debt. They're just kicking the can down the road. So you know yourself better than all of us here. So if you think you're going to do that, don't take that route. Just keep this credit card as is, pay the $600-700 per month, and pay it off in about 9 months.
I would look into the balance transfer. I'm gonna do some research into that.
Perfect. I'll put a note there, balance transfer. If not, it's about 9 months and you'll have that paid off, which is awesome. What I would love to see is you save about a month's worth of expenses. So if we can bump this up and you'd basically do this before you pay the credit card, if we can get this to about $2,200 or so, just a nice little starter emergency fund, that'd be great. And then after the credit card, let's get this auto loan out of the way.
So with the current plan I have with the dealership, I have it so that my auto loan ends a month early because I started paying on it immediately as soon as I got the car. So they take out 107. Well, they take out like $100 every 2 weeks to get the full amount or whatever. And so they cut the amount.
You're doing bi-weekly payments.
Yes.
Good for you. Yeah, that's an extra payment per year is how the math works out usually. So you want to do that instead of just trying to pay it off as soon as possible?
Yeah, I honestly would rather pay off the car as soon as possible because my problem is my insurance is like crazy high because one of the factors is because it's a finance car and not an owned car. So that would probably drop that price by some. Because I pay about $294 a month for car insurance.
And you're hoping that'll come down with the car paid off?
Yes, because I don't have to have car finance. You have to have a very specific amount of collision and whatever for the car insurance. I can lower that some. I guess
it's
is
like
what I'm saying.
Kind of like gap insurance?
Yes.
The only reason why I prioritize the car is the interest rate. If it's 7%, pretty high. Usually it's like the rule of thumb is 6%. Anything higher than 6%, according to Fidelity, they recommend paying that off and you'll get more bang for your buck by paying that off. If it's below 6%, they recommend investing it. So this one's up to you. If you want to pay it off, I recommend paying it off. I think not having a car payment is awesome. Car payments are dumb. I don't know why we normalize car payments.
Well, I hate having a car payment because like I said, the car I had before was paid off. So this is like annoying.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it sounds like that's going to be the next step.
Someone said rent out the car. That is not really an option for me because when my car was messed up in the other state and I had to get it towed back, I have to get a new catalytic converter. I just paid for the tow plus a new alternator. And I think I honestly need an entirely new car, but I can't afford one. And I still am paying for this one. And I have not even had the car an entire year. So that was the problem with the dealership, but it was past the kind of time they said. So it is what it is. Things have been happening to me.
Well, it's going to turn around. I think I have getting some good vibes here. Once we have a plan together, you'll feel better. And then once you get out of debt, it's just going to be a lot better. So cool. It sounds like you're going to pay the car off early. Like just based off this, less than 5 months after you pay off the credit card debt. So within about a little over a year, you'll be debt-free, it seems like. Sorry, not debt-free, just the auto loan and the credit card. Student loans will still be there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big difference. So I can get down with that. Less monthly payments for me.
Exactly. Great. And then step 4 here is going to be, we want to build up a bigger savings. We're going to build up that emergency fund. So when your car does break down or whatever, you don't have to go into debt for it. You can just pull it from savings.
Someone asked how much is my car worth. I have a 2010 Toyota Camry. I don't really like new cars or anything like that. So I just wanted something that would not have problems, so I went for Toyota.
Someone said sell it and get a bike.
But that's not even feasible because I thought about that. But I live in a very car heavy city, and then also I live in the Midwest, so the weather is not very friendly for a bike year round.
Makes sense. Did I ask you what you do for work?
You did not. Right now I do like order processing. So I work for a home improvement company and I make sure all of the product is correct before we send it to the vendor. I mostly work on the computer Salesforce and stuff like that. Before that I did sales, which I was good at that, but the customers were a little evil. I couldn't take it after a while. So that's why I started doing this. I just was over interacting with people.
So after we pay off the credit card, auto loan, we want to build up a savings, ideally $13,000. You can do it in phases, like 3 months, but we want a solid 6 months of expenses just saved. And then we got to start saving for retirement.
Now I have a 401k at my job. I was doing 3% because that was like the most I could do. Current circumstances, I lowered it to 1%. So at least it was a little something going in there. But I would like to raise it to 6% if I were to get more stable because that's what my job matches.
Yeah, it's tricky. They match 6%, you said?
Yes.
You know, depending on who you talk to, some people will say get the match no matter what. Others will say do not contribute anything and focus on the debt. Do you know how much like dollar amount goes in per month?
I don't actually. You know, you just kind of have it going. I don't pay too much attention.
I mean, that's a good thing. Automating and forgetting it is usually a good thing for your savings and investments. If you want to stop that temporarily and focus on the debt, I don't think that's the worst idea. And then after all of that, it's really going to be about tracking your expenses, finding ways to increase your income, and cutting just unnecessary expenses. I'm not saying cut everything, don't cut the things that you love. Like, you still have to enjoy yourself a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's why I let myself get DoorDash on a payday, get a little burger or something, but that's
Okay.
about it. I try to keep it low profile.
Fair enough. Yeah. So what are your thoughts so far? Emergency fund, $2,000, pay off the credit card debt, auto loan, build up the emergency fund to about $13K. Then you can start contributing to retirement, aim for 10% of your gross income. That includes your 401k, Roth IRA, whatever. And then we can find ways to get your income up a little bit, potentially reduce unnecessary expenses. In about a year or so, you're gonna be in a totally different situation. So we started this audit with no savings, massive debt, and no strong direction. But by the end, she had a clear plan and, equally important, the confidence to follow through. I think she's gonna crush it, and if you saw yourself in any part of her story or want to be in the next audit, comment below, then watch this one about a truck driver making $6,000 per month living in his truck.